This is IGCSE Math 2. This is notes on midpoint formula. Now, midpoint is just the middle in between two endpoints. So what we've done is we take in for our x values, we add those together, divide by 2, and the same thing for our y value. So y1 plus y2, that's a y. So people are not confused, that is a y. Okay, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That's going to be my formula for this to find the midpoint. So now, given this problem right here, these are my two endpoints here. So I'm going to have, let's call this one x1, y1, because this is my first point. You know, could this one be my first point? Yes, it could have. It just depends on what I feel like. Alright, so I'm going to call this one my first one. I'm going to call this one my second one. The math works out either way. The math works out either way if you call this one 2 and this one 1. But you have to make sure it is correctly labeled. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're going to actually take those and plug it into my formula over here. So as I plug it in, my midpoint is going to be equal to x1, which is 2, plus x2, so that's x on the second point, 6 divided by 2, comma, because it's going to be a coordinate, that's where there's a comma in between. It's going to tell me where it's located at. Now the next one's going to be y1, which is 3, plus y2, which is 0, all over 2, so that's going to give me 8 divided by 2, so 2 plus 6 is 8, divided by 2 is going to give me 4, and 3 plus 0 is 3, divided by 2 is going to be 1.5, so 1.5. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So if you totally lost me on that one, I'll show you, I'll prove it. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So that's going to be the coordinate of my midpoint, which is normally referred to as a capital M. Now let's take a look at another problem that we have right here. So on this problem, I actually am just given this right here, just a graph, and given this graph, you're going to go through and try and find everything that you need. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and actually find the coordinates. So if I'm looking, if you could see this on my graph, here, I'll highlight these or darken these parts right here to see my points. Alright, so x value goes first. So my A is going to be located at, let me see, 1, 2, so that's negative 2. And let's see, it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 4. Now B is going to be located at positive 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. So we're going to find the midpoint in between those points. So M equal to x2. So let's go x1. So it's negative 2 plus 4 over 2, and 4 plus 1 over 2. So the negative 2 and positive 4, if you totally are lost on this, watch this. Negative 2 plus 4 is going to give me 2. So I'm going to have 2 divided by 2, comma, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 over 2 right here. So 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So, and 5 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2 is going to be 2.5. 2.5 right there. So that's going to be the midpoint of this graph that I have right here. Alright, now we're going to do a couple examples of my midpoint here. So on these examples, we're going to use the same formula. So let's see, I'm going to have m is equal to, it's going to be negative 8 plus 6 over 2, comma, 4 plus 4 over 2. Let's see what that's going to give me. So negative 8 plus 6. Negative 8 plus 6 is going to give me negative 2. Negative 2 over 2. And 4 plus 4 is 8 over 2. So right here, the negative 2 divided by a positive 2. Negative 2 divided by a positive 2 is going to give me negative 1. And 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. 8 divided by 2, 4. There we go. Okay, now let's take a look at this next one. So we're going to do the same thing. So m is equal to 0 plus 8 over 2 and 2 plus negative 3 over 2. 0 plus 8 gives me 8 over 2, comma, positive 2, negative 3. So positive 2 plus negative 3. Right there, I get negative 1. So 8 divided by 2 is going to give me the positive 4. And negative 1 divided by 2 is going to give me negative 0.5. Or just negative 1/2 if that's what you want to go with.